Going on, y'all? It's the Bayou City Report, man. Coming back at you with a couple of stories across the city. Now, to start off with, man, we have a 23-year-old man who was shot and killed while he was walking his dog on Sunday night in Northwest Houston. This person was identified as Kristen Hill. Hill was found dead with multiple gunshot wounds in the parking lot of Co-op Summer Street. Now, HPD said the suspects took off in a four-door Cadillac believed to belong to Hill.
Here's video from Sunday night's scene. Hill was found dead in the parking lot from multiple gunshot wounds. The suspects took off in a gray Cadillac likely belonging to Hill, according to the Houston Police Department. Now, the Co-op at Summer Street isn't the only complex on this block, and this entire area is highly residential. So we thought we'd look at the ABC 13 Neighborhood Safety Tracker, which uses real-time data from HPD to see how crime has been around here of late. There were no homicides in this area in all of 2023, compared to 2 in 2022. Assaults went up from 2022 to 2023, 518 compared to 441. And there were 49 robberies in 2022. That went down to 38 in 2023. So not a lot of big swings there.
Guys, we have another situation, man, where authorities investigating a homicide after two men were found shot at the same gas station in Houston. This happened off of Main Street near Fondren at 1:15 a.m. where in one instance, HPD found one man who was shot and who survived. But about an hour later, man, there was another guy who was shot and he unfortunately was pronounced DOA.
Also breaking overnight, Houston police investigating after two men were shot on Main Street near Fondren. One of them died, and police say this happened around 1 o'clock this morning. They found the man shot in a truck at that gas station. He was taken to the hospital. About an hour later, police found a man shot to death behind the gas station. Police do believe the shootings are connected. They're not sure how, or they haven't told us yet how they're connected, but we'll be back out investigating later today.
This area of town is not the best, especially talking about 1:15, 1:30 in the morning. I mean, what place is best at 1:15, 1:30 in the morning? But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're still investigating. HPD assumes that these two cases are related, but it remains to be unseen. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to maybe connect the dots, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not even unrelated, if they're not related, quite frankly. I think that this is something that is just another Houston coincidence, man. Now we go to the Gulf Freeway, which is 45 near Monroe Road in Southeast Houston. Now, HPD said that 3 suspects are on the run after a clerk was shot and killed during a robbery at a convenience store. Now, the police said that one suspect pretended to be a customer while the other 2 were rushed in. One of them fired a pistol multiple times. This happened at 12:30 a.m. Once again, we got past midnight, folks, on Wednesday. Now, the clerk had a gun, but it's unclear, if he was able to fire off any rounds. Yeah, just because you have a weapon doesn't always necessarily mean that you'll be okay. I mean, a gun doesn't guarantee safety, as we all know, right? So, I mean, the clerk had a gun, but, things happen so quickly. Before you know it, you're the victim. Now, the clerk was pronounced dead at the scene. Unfortunately, prayers up to his family. All 3 of the suspects ran back into the vehicle they arrived in, and then they took off after the shooting. No customers were inside the store at this time. Of course, it's 12:30 in the morning. This is why a lot of the gas stations that you'll find around town will, shut their. I mean, this is across America. Gas stations and corner stores shutting their doors after a certain time because it's too much of a risk. But prayers up to the family. And I hope, let's just hope the police can catch these 3 suspects.